Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I am back here to give us some more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero news here on the channel, guys. We have major news coming in October of this year. That is right, that is going to be during the second anniversary of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Can you believe that this game has been out for 2 years now? I mean, we're about there, right? We got a couple more months until October, and they have confirmed free updates will be added. That is right. I can't say anything in terms of actual like DLC content. We just got Super Limit Breaking Neo Edition, which was basically a sequel to the game. Let's just be completely real and honest here. Like, they've done so much in this just like $35 pack to the point where they, you know, this does feel like how they used to do Tenkaichi sequels from Tenkaichi 1 to 2 to 3. This is pretty much what they would add or change for the game, right? So let's actually go over this information because it's really major, right? They did this not even like a day after the release of, Super Limit Breaking Neo. So they say more news for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is coming this October. They also do confirm that Super Limit Breaking Neo, Mission 100, and Survival Mode for the Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch 1 are planned for 2027. Now, I know that's something that a lot of people who are Switch users are very pissed off about or disappointed by. You guys have to understand that the Switch ports of these games, they got to do a lot of extra shit for it, okay? Optimizing, obviously, the graphics and everything, and changing up a bunch of stuff in terms of the controls. Every single character and every single move has to have, like, new mapped controls for motion controls, okay? That's why they do it. It's kind of like with Tenkaichi 3 on the Wii. Was Tenkaichi 2 on the Wii? I can't remember. I think it was Tenkaichi 3. Yeah, Tenkaichi 3, and I think Tenkaichi 2 was. Those games, they had motion controls, so they had to do all this extra shit for it. Same situation with Xenoverse 2. There were motion controls on that as well that they had to do it, like, really specific. Like, it's not just like these, like, lazy-ass control. No, like, you have to do specific motions for certain attacks that match the attacks, right? So that's likely the reason why it's going to just take so much longer, and they likely have another team working specifically on Switch, right? Switch content, so who knows how big that team is. It could be even smaller than what we have for the DLC team right now, okay? So just keep that in mind. You know, we got to be a little bit understanding and reasonable about it. Unfortunately, that's just how it is right now, okay? Hopefully they can catch up as, you know, time goes on with these DLC updates. I have no idea how long updates will drop and, you know, the time frame in between these updates, but they confirm also on the Japanese page that further updates regarding future free updates have been confirmed for the release in October of 2026, okay? Please look forward to future announcements, right? So this release date for the information disclosure is subject to change. Yes, right? So yeah, guys, this is... I'm telling you, this is the communication that we've been wanting to see. I hope that they can be a little bit better about it, right? Even after this, right? You know, I didn't need them to give us this information that soon after Limit Breaking Neo, but that's great. That's a good sign, and I hope that they can continue to do that, because Super Limit Breaking Neo had some of the worst communication ever. They dropped 3 trailers in the span of almost 8 months, and that's great, right? The trailers were great, but like in between that, they could have been talking about other things, releasing other information and things. It just could have been handled much better. Whenever you announce that a DLC is coming in summer of 2026, right? But you announce this shit at the very beginning of the year, like January, right? That wait in between is crazy. It really is, right? You're almost, it really did feel like we were waiting for another game to drop. You know what I mean? Because they did almost the same thing with Sparking Zero, the first trailer we got at Game Awards in 2023, right? And then we had about, 10 months until it dropped. So this was almost as bad as that. This was 8 months, right? So it wasn't as long, but it was still almost as long, right? And that's why it felt like a brand new game kind of just dropped at this point, right? So let's kind of talk about what we could expect for this October update, right? Which is only in a couple of months, right? You're not going to have to wait too much longer. I honestly wouldn't say it's going to be... I mean, I can't say how major these updates are going to be. The fact that they're posting on this and they're already, like, letting us know that more free updates are coming, I think that it's going to be some good shit, right? I don't really see them making this announcement and it be just like this like boring ass shit. Now I can't tell you what it's gonna be, but I think what they could do with these free updates are make up for the people who bought the Ultimate Edition and Season Pass. Okay, this is their time to make up for it. And I know it's too late for a lot of people. Okay, I totally get it. I understand, but they can still do this, right? And the people who are still playing the game, the people who have been very supportive of this game, will be the ones that get rewarded by it, okay? So I'm really hopeful that that's what this is going to be, because the issue with the whole situation, I made a whole video about it, okay? The biggest complaint that I saw in my comment section, okay, in terms of getting feedback from everybody, is that, and I agree 1,000,000% with what people were saying, the Season Pass was so ass compared to what we got in Neo, okay? And that's what people are pissed off about. That's what people are annoyed and mad about. And again, rightfully so, because it is 100% a fact, right? That the Season Pass was just such lower quality for the same amount we paid for, okay? And that's what people forked up, right, before launch. Yes, they did say what was coming with it. They said, okay, you would get Superhero, you would get Daima, and you would get Diamond Pack 2, okay? Diamond Pack 1 and 2, right? But the fact that now we know that they can add stages, customization outfits, new game modes and stuff, like, and even story, the fact that we know that they can do that for the same price, a $35 DLC, it's kind of, I mean, not kind of, it's definitely a slap in the face of the people that bought the DLC and you know, the Ultimate Edition and the Season Pass, right? That Season Pass really was a scam in hindsight. Now that we look back on it and we see what they can do for the same exact price, they're both $35, right? Like, there's no excusing that. There is no excusing that, okay? That is some bullshit. So that's why I'm saying I really hope that they can make up for it, because they've slightly made up for it. Slightly, just a bit. Not even, you know, a major amount yet. They added Mission 100, and they also added, what's it called? Survival mode, okay? Now, some people will see that as just standard shit that they should be adding, and I get it. I understand, okay? But motherfuckers could easily pay for that shit, or, like, make it a paid update, right? So, you know, there are things that they've done for the game that between Tenkaichi 1 and Tenkaichi 2 in terms of, like, additions and stuff that they would have just packaged together and charge you 50 to 60 bucks for, okay? But, you know, because they can update the game, okay, we're in modern times, they can update these games, they can add DLC and stuff, right? They're able to drop free updates of actual content, okay? So, I'm just hoping that they can expand more on that and do more of what they have already done for, like, the paid update, paid DLC, okay? Give us new customization, give us new outfits for free this time, not charge money for it, okay? You know, give us more stages, give us more free maps. They did, right? The Diamond map was free, okay, but that's one map. That's not going to make up for what we fucking paid for, what a lot of us paid for. You know what I mean? So let's see what they do, okay? If these free updates are just bogus, they're just bullshit, they're just ass and they suck, okay? Then, you know, we can continue to criticize this game until we get that compensation, okay? At this point in time, when it comes to these DLCs and stuff, right? There's nothing wrong with criticizing, and there's nothing wrong with giving feedback on the stuff that just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up, okay? Okay, when you're doing the season pass and everything, at the time, I understand, okay? I get it. I see both sides of it, right? But it's just, again, the reason why so many people are mad now is because they see what they can actually add to the game and what we're actually paying for $35, and it's just way better. It's just way better for that from what was paid and forked up at, you know, launch and everything, and even before that. Like, there could have been people who bought that season pass, you know, after, right? After the DLC dropped. And, you know, you're just not getting the same level of content, okay? It was strictly characters. We had one outfit, maybe two, if you want to count Goku's transformation into Super Saiyan. That should be just, you know, the most basic shit ever, right? And that was it. That was it. The stage was free and like, come on. Come on. Come on, Bandai. Come on, Spike. Like, I understand. I get it for some things, but it's like, you can't be doing that shit. Like, you have to have sat there and, you know, thought, this is kind of fucked up to the consumer, to the, you know, to our supporters, the people that support our content and stuff. Like, that's pretty messed up, okay? But yeah, y'all let me know your thoughts and opinions about it all down in the comment section below. What do you hope to see for the future of this game in terms of whatever these free updates will be? I wanted to go over a bit of speculation on what we could see, okay? Because this is a great post by Particular T9298. This isn't definitive. This isn't a leak. This is just speculation, and it's a pretty good speculation. It would make sense. Okay, I could definitely see this happening. October updates potentially could include Beerus shit. What's dropping at the same time as Sparking Zero's 2nd year anniversary? Dragon Ball Super Beerus the anime, okay? And yes, I know it's just a remastered version of the anime, okay? But you know for a fact all the Dragon Ball games are gonna jump on this shit, jump on the hype of Dragon Ball Super coming back, okay? At least for this remake thing, this remastered shit. And they're gonna have new versions of the existing characters that we've already been, you know, seen a million times, okay? Now, with Sparking Zero, we already have God Goku. We already have Beerus, okay? We already have a lot of this stuff, okay? But Sparking Zero has shown in this Neo update that they can add a lot of cool new things that we just didn't have, right? And one of them being a map, okay? Maps. There are 2 major maps. Okay, I want to say this one. This one isn't a major one, okay? This one would be cool. Bulma's cruise ship shit, right? As a map would be kind of cool, right? I don't know how all that would work. Is it just going to be, you know, stagnant, just in the ocean, just chilling? Or is it moving and you're fighting while it moves and shit? I don't think that's going to be the case, but that would be a really cool map. Moving on here, we have the cavern. Yeah, I don't think we have a cavern map. I'm trying to think right now. No, we don't, because there's just so many maps in this game that we don't have yet, okay? A lot of them that are missing. This is a map that is in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. It's a really nice map. I like it. It's cool. It's dark. You know, you got the like water at the bottom and everything, which is cool. You can see the reflection. I think this would be a really sick map, okay? So add one of those, okay? But more than anything, out of any map in the game, the one that is huge and the one that I feel like this is the best opportunity for them to add is Beerus's planet, okay? Or Beerus's home, whatever you want to call it. This is something that is pretty much, I want to say in every game, most games, actually, I don't remember if Xenoverse 2 had it or not. I feel like they do, but I could be wrong, and maybe they don't. I know Kakarot got it because, you know, they had a whole DLC based around, 2 DLCs based around this, so they did have to add an actual, you know, Beerus planet, but that would be a fantastic map, something that, again, crazy we don't have. We have a Kai map, right? The Supreme Kai planet. So, Beerus World, Beerus map. That's definitely something that should have been in the base game along the glacier. Okay, so that's huge. We definitely need that. I think that they could do some more customization. They should do more customization. Add Goku's tracksuit. Okay, very iconic look for him in the Beerus arc, right at the very beginning. It's got the King Kai symbol and everything. So, yeah, dude, this would be a great one. Okay. And, I mean, they could get a little cute with it and give us the Farmer Goku outfit, okay? This isn't the first game that has it. I think Dragon Ball Legends added this as like a separate playable character for April Fools. So that'd be really cool. But, yeah, this is just, you know, facts here. The fact that Bandai Namco likes to ride the hype, just like they did with Daima for Sparking Zero, whew, that was not a good idea. Now we're getting both a new update in October and DBS Beerus. Makes me think that we could get some really interesting content. And this is just, you know, a small amount of what we could see for actual content. Like, imagine we get a new version of NZ Vegeta that has an animation where he rages out, okay? Like he does versus Beerus. That could be a new ultimate attack, okay? Some people will say, like, oh, just make it a transformation, but it's like, we already have Super Saiyan 2 for it, so it's like, I think that they can do cool new ultimate attacks that utilize animations of forms that are already in the game normally, and that's what they did for Full Super Saiyan, okay? False Super Saiyan was just an ultimate attack. And again, Vegeta raging out in Super Saiyan 2 and like, you know, fucking trying to fuck Beerus up or whatever, that was literally like a short animation. So it works way better if you do it as like an ultimate attack. So they could add that in. You know, there's a lot of cool content that we don't even have, or that nobody really thought of or really asked for, that we could get, right? And that's what Sparking Zero Neo did, is they added a lot of stuff that people wanted and a lot of cool stuff that people never even thought of, okay? So we could be seeing that as free update related content. And I think the best free update related content will always be customization outfits, stages, you know, stuff like that, okay? I think that would work out much better if they could add that and not charge people for it, okay? Even new game modes and stuff they can do as free updates. And who knows, maybe that's what they're planning, okay? This game has the potential of getting the long lifespan that Xenoverse 2 had, okay? It's not a live service game, but there's just so much content that we don't have in it yet, still, that they could add and make literally, like, they're currently on the path of being the best Dragon Ball game, okay? Some people might think that's crazy to say, okay? But I'm just saying, like, this feels like the ideal Dragon Ball, like, fighting simulator, okay? It really is. And Xenoverse 3 is going to be doing its own thing as well. So it's like, there's no reason to, you know, compete, like, have these compete against each other, because they're just different, right? They're just offering you a different experience, okay? So yeah, I'm very excited to see what they're going to be doing with this October update. And it's not, guys, that's not the end of, like, content from October. Like, I guarantee you 2027 will be releasing fucking, I don't know, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Like, here, quote me on this. It's going to be called Ultra Limit Breaking Meteor Edition. That's going to be the next one, right? I feel like that's how they're going to do that shit, okay? We have Super Limit Breaking Neo, and then they're going to step it up, right? One up that shit. Not super now, we're in Ultra territory. So Ultra Limit Breaking Meteor. They're going to call it something like that. Meteor will be in the title of the next DLC. I guarantee you, okay? There's a pattern that they're showing right here, and it's all connected, and it's really cool. I love it, okay? I love it. So I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell, comment down below what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.